Committed is a special person.
14.
The type of person that will spin any negative into a positive.
19. 20. 21.
Adversity is fuel to the fire. My name is Dearden. I'm a HYROX Elite 15 athlete.
Hey, it's your boy, Jake Dearden!
Back in 2022, this is when HYROX first came onto kind of like the scene in the UK, and I decided to go and do my first event, and just for fun. And I managed to get first in my age group without really training specifically for HYROX.
Because I mean, if you want to get a little bit of burpee practice, we could maybe factor them into more than one of the workouts. It's up to you.
We'll just do one for now. It's going to be a 15-minute warm-up. We're just going to do that on the bike, and then we're going to do some activation and release kind of drills that I like to do every single session.
Yeah, because each session usually starts off with us having a conversation about how he's feeling, about where we want to go with that particular session, based upon some kind of markers, how he's slept, what else he's done that day, what the second session is going to look like, any competitions that may be coming up. So it's definitely a two-way kind of conversation, and I think that's how you then get that consistent progression. I think it's a really powerful thing.
So I was a bit skeptical at first. I just went along. Like, you know, people who'd done it before were saying how amazing it was, and I was like, it can't be that good. It's just 8 kilometers of running and some stations. Like, how good can it be? A couple of people said that I'd be good at it, so I thought, oh, let's just go.
Where the right leg's like a little bit more locked in, the left leg just sometimes looks like it's struggling a little bit more for balance, but night and day in comparison to what it looked like a few days ago, so that's good. The range is better on the way down, that hip's getting lower now than the left hip, which is good. Let's get into it.
So after that first event, there was 12 weeks until the next event, and that second event was at Glasgow, and I went to it, and I took 6 minutes off my time. I went from a 1:03 to a 57 minute.
3, 2, 1, let's go. Settle in, round 1.
I managed to get first overall, so it wasn't just in my age group, it was overall then. People were saying, oh, you've got a world record for your age group in the open category. And I was just mind blown that like this had happened. That was kind of probably the point where I thought, you know, I can actually become good at this.
$14, $15, good. $16, stay on it, no reps. $17, using it, start thinking about the wall balls. $24, come on, stay accurate. $25, keep going. $26.
Yeah, as soon as I broke that world record, I thought, now I need to give it a shot at the pro category as well. So that was in the open. I'd never done pro before, so I started to train for that. Yeah, it was super nerve-wracking because people had seen my open time and they thought, you know, this guy should be good at pro. My first ever actual pro race, I went, it was London back in 2023, I think it was. You know, I started the event, did really well. I think I was on track for a 1:02, so it was pretty good at the time for a pro race. I was at the wall balls. I remember getting to 40 and feeling like a little bit of a twinge in my back. I kept going. I got to 46 wall balls and I couldn't move. They gave me a box to sit down on and I couldn't get up off the box. I actually slipped 2 discs in my back, so I didn't finish that event at all. So I actually got wheelchaired across the line. So yeah, it was pretty brutal. And then after that, I couldn't walk for months, so it was tough.
20 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Round 4, final round. Keep it smooth. Focus on breathing. Stay relaxed.
So getting this injury was definitely an eye-opener, and it did make me question what I'm actually going to do going forward. Do you know, the doctors were saying, do you know, if this doesn't get fixed, then you might lose sensation down your legs and you could become paralysed. Like, that's how serious it was. It decided me to assess the situation, assess and look at what actually brought me to this point, because I think there was a lot of things that I ignored, that my body was kind of telling me and giving me warning signs, and I just ignored them from the past. Yeah, it made me just to reevaluate everything and give me time to set out a plan going forward. Looking back, it was definitely a blessing in disguise.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, it'd be a 90-minute session in total, which is good. Oh, thank you, John.
It took me 6 months to get back to where I was pain-free and I was able to do a HYROX. To kind of prove to myself that I was pain-free and fully fit, I decided to take on a challenge of doing 11 HYROXs within 2 days. The reason I chose 11 was I basically went to HYROX and I asked them, how many can I do? And they turned around and said 11. I was like, well, we're doing 11 then. That's the maximum I could do. So I just wanted to do as many over a weekend as possible. I just thought it was cool. It was a cool opportunity to raise money for charity, and it was, let's say, a test for myself to know that I'm back and fighting fit.
Welcome to Chicago for the final race of the year. 15 of the world's best men take to the track to vie for the title of world champion.
I'm not gonna lie, I am nervous. Like, this is gonna be the biggest race that I've ever done. Feeling nervous, but also excited. Like, I've got nothing to lose. Yeah, I'm honoured to be on that start line. I'm super excited. This is kind of like the grand finale, so I need to perform.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Enjoy yourself. Thank you for the past 2 weeks.
I want to prove that I'm well within my rights to be in the Elite 15, and I belong in the Elite 15, which, you know, is the best race in the world. Obviously, within the race, I want to do as best as I can. Aiming for podium, that's what I want out of the race. Walking down that, like, the tunnel up to the start, I was just overwhelmed with how many people there were in the building.
But he has put everything into this World Championship, and we're just seconds away from the start. In the final 10 seconds, we're counting down. Everybody enjoy the ride. Once again, take your seats, stand up, grab your popcorn. Let's have a party. Here we go, the start to the HYROX World Championship 2025 for Lead 15 men's race.
I'm not gonna lie, I felt like something was up right from the start. Like from probably the second lap in, I was struggling a little bit. I wasn't in pain, but I wasn't feeling like myself. My left leg didn't feel like my right leg. Like, you know, they felt completely different. I just felt like I was running in someone else's body.
Great position, and I'm just looking down at the sled pull now. It looks like Jake Dearden's really struggling. He's maybe going to be pulling out of the race.
Jake Dearden struggling hard.
The pain started to kind of increase the more and more laps that I did. It was almost like a numbness and a lack of power that I had. The sled pull itself felt okay, but really the kind of determining factor was MC came over, and I know him on kind of like a friend level, and he was like, Jake, like there's no need to carry on. Like, you know, you could carry on and you could cause your body serious injury and you could get last place, but that's not a representation of you. And he was like, I think you should stop, save yourself. If you can, try and race Saturday, and just save yourself.
Yeah, there's Jake Dearden on the screen.
Jake Dearden out of the race. Here we go, fist pump at the end for Jake Dearden.
I'm not gonna lie, that was difficult for me. Normally I just push through and try and finish no matter what, because I think that's the right thing to do and the sporting thing to do. You know, there's a lot more on the line than just, you know, being the hero on the day and pushing through. And, you know, I don't want to be the guy that doesn't finish a race. No one wants to be that guy. I think every now and again you need something to humble you, and last night was that for me. And it makes you realise how important the people are around you, how important that support group are, how important your friends are. When I need a little bit of guidance or strength or safety, I always my dad actually passed away probably 5 years ago now, and I always look up to him, and I actually genuinely believe there's a piece of him within me, and I always, whenever I do struggle, I always call on him. Life isn't just this one, it's a roller coaster. Like, to have the great times, you've got to have bad times. Last night is going to make winning in the future feel so much better. Winning doesn't motivate you like losing does. Like, you lose and you never ever want to lose again. And you know, my off-season plans have completely changed. I have not got an off-season anymore. Like, my off-season, like, I am back to, you know, I am back to rehab, back to the gym. There is no break, there is no holiday, there's no nothing. Like, this is it now. Like, until I get back to where I want to be, not a single minute where I'm going to go off plan. The committed doesn't need motivation. You know, adversity is fuel to the fire.